Good to see you. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope everyone is having an absolutely incredible Friday. I'm so excited to be here with you and to share all of the beautiful gemstones we have pulled aside for you today. If you're here on eBay Live, thanks so much. Be sure that you are following West Coast Gemstones. It gives you the option to be notified when we go live so you never miss anything. If you're watching us on your socials, welcome. It's so good to see you. There is a link in the post if you want to make your way over to eBay so you're able to bid on the beautiful gemstones we are going to see today. It's going to be a really fun show, and I am really excited to share everything with you, like I said. So, my name is Lindsay. If you're new here, my husband is Eddie. Together, we're West Coast Gemstones. We've been in business for years. We've been doing live online auctions for coming up on a year and a half now. And we are really having a great time here on eBay Live. So, Elise, thanks for coming back. You caught us at the very end of the show yesterday. I am glad to see you. B Drum, you're here. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. I hope everyone is having a great Friday. As always, if there are any requests, I'd love to hear what it is you're shopping for. I have more stones than we could ever possibly get through. And so if you help tell me what it is you're hoping I pull out of the trays, we can just cut to the chase and look at those things. I'll also point out that the whole bottom half of your screen is new material. So a couple of those you got early sneak peeks at yesterday, but for the most part, you have not seen those stones. And so if there's anything there you want kind of first dibs on, just let me know. We'll look at that before too many people join us today. Slap. Hi, welcome. 1.93 is the carat weight on this first stone. It's a red garnet heart. I love these. I always like to say thanks to the people who show up as the show just gets underway by running a really inexpensive, usually garnet. I like to start with a garnet. So let me get this one going at $5. How does that sound to everyone? We're going to do a $5 garnet to start the show today. Let me get this one edited and underway, and I will get it run. Here we go. So that one is running. So we are looking at an earth grown garnet here. Like I said, $5 the start price, 1.93, so just under two full carats. It's a nice carat weight from that one. Slap me silly in the lead. Your screen name is going to make me giggle every time I say it. Congratulations. Great grab. Welcome. Welcome to West Coast Gemstones. This one tagged for you. Okay, the way that we do shipping, so everyone knows, it is $3 to ship your first jar. $3 to ship your second jar. After that, I cover any additional shipping. So we try to save you money to buy gemstones with instead of charging you a lot for shipping labels. So that was our approach. 1.66 the carat weight on this one. It's an oval cut amethyst. Take a look here. Tell you what, I'll do $5 on this one as well. Let me get this one edited and then we will get it run. So we like to say from your first to your finest gemstone. Well, that makes it, I can tell we're gonna get along just fine. If you like hearing people say it, I like saying it, so that's gonna work out. All right, underway on this one. Yes, Brad, so we have both. Give me more criteria to work from. I bet I have 100 different options I could show you. And so if you have a cut, a carat weight, anything specific in mind, just let me know and we can definitely look through some options. Slap me silly, another great choice. Here's this one tagged for you. If you pick up any more gemstones today, I'm covering additional shipping. It's that easy. So thanks for your purchases. Okay. And then Brad, let me know what it is you have in mind. I'll show a couple more stones while I wait for some more information and we'll go from there. Hey Joe, good to see you. I missed you today. Princess cut at least 1 to 2 carats. Yes. Yes, let me grab those trays and I will collect a couple of options and we'll look through some choices in just a second. Thank you for the request. I appreciate it. 3.51 is the carat weight on this next stone that I'm going to show you. This is a blue kyanite. Beautiful material. It always makes me think of watercolor paintings, the way you get those areas where the color density kind of moves, and you get this beautiful, beautiful Schiller effect in here. Let me show you this. Oh, that's totally fair, Joe. No one judges you for that. I'll get this kyanite going. This one has a $15 start price today. We'll do $15 on this, and I'll knock some off. So beautiful kyanite, isn't that a lovely stone? There we go. Underway. A lot of people talking about kyanite today. We've had a lot of kyanite conversations. There we go. So that one's running. I am grabbing my trays where I will have some options in both aquamarine and sapphire. And we will look at those in just a second. Fairy godparents on the board. I don't know what that means, but I'm quite curious now. Fairy godparents, fairy godparents. Okay, I'm trying. I'm trying. On the board. Oh, is this about a leaderboard? All right, that's been the talk this week, hasn't it? Here is my tray of sapphire. Here is a tray of aquamarine. And let's look at some choices. Oh. Sorry. If you would have said wicked, I could have I would have thought that. True, Gems. Hi, friend. It is good to see you all. I said at the top of the show how much fun we are having here on eBay Live. People who shop for gemstones in live auctions are my favorite people. Have I mentioned that? I really, really love all the people we've met and the friends we've made. Just great people for sure. And more than one of them in the room currently. So I am grabbing those requests. Okay. So Princess Cut. I do not see any blue sapphire in a Princess Cut right now. I am looking to see if I have any other colors. Give me 1 second in that carat weight range. Um, Here is this one, or oval or pear. That helps a lot. Okay. Same carat weight range in those cuts. Here we go. This one, it's a beautiful example. This one, okay, yes, same carat weight. Let me scroll here. 1 to 2. I'm going to show you a couple of options. If perchance you have more specific criteria, if you have a budget, if you have a preference as far as treatments go, just let me know. But let's look at a couple of options here. We'll start with this, and then let me grab my barrel tray, and we'll look at this one. And do I have any new options? I do. Hang on, hang on. Okay, I love a request. I love showing people what I know they were looking for. I also want to share this one. Okay, because I have more stones, like I said, than we could ever possibly get through. And so, if you help guide the conversation, I am glad to visit exactly what you want to see. I'm going to show you a couple, and we will start with the sapphire. So I happen to grab just a couple that are very eye-catching, and I will show you why in a minute. And like I said, I have a range of materials. So if what you're seeing is close but not quite, just let me know how we can kind of refine what you're after, and we'll shop that way. So 1.09 is the carat weight on this one. This is a heated blue sapphire. So it's an oval cut, like we said. This one a little more petite. Let me see. 1 to 2 was the range. So this one on the smaller end of the range, but a beautiful, beautiful stone. You can see why this one caught my eye. Definitely stands out in the tray. So you have some beautiful color here. And again, we're right over that 1 carat range. So, size wise, I always like to remind people that when we're talking about really pretty gemstones, really special gemstones, gemstones with specific, really desirable features, for example, the color in this, you don't need a lot of carat weight to be really eye catching. So, although we're just over a carat on this one, it is a beautiful, beautiful example of a sapphire, blue sapphire in this case. 129 will be the start price on this one when I run it. Let me also show you one other option before I run it, and then we will circle back and I'll run both. And then again, if you want to kind of refine what you're looking for, let me know. This is a 1.99 carat, and we are looking at, in this case, a teal color sapphire. So this kind of blue adjacent is how I would classify. This also happens to be an AIG certified stone. So we sent out a bunch of the material that we carry to get AIG certificates on, because we want you to have that kind of comfort of having third party verification of what we're saying. Like I said before, we've been in business a long time. We are very, very diligent, but I know that we are new to a lot of our friends here on eBay Live. And so we want you to have the same confidence that a lot of our longtime friends have in shopping from us, and know that you're getting exactly what we say we are sending you. So that is for your peace of mind. So it comes with the cert, obviously. This is 1.99, like I said. So just under a full carat on this one. Let me show you this. You'll note too, I should have mentioned it before I flipped it, heated as well on this one. So the HT designation is how AIG signifies, oh, thank you, Joe. You are so appreciated. Signifies that there's been evidence of heating, but little to no residue of that. So that is what that classification means specifically, and all that information is laid out in the cert. So this one, like I said, going to be teal, and that is the way the color is described on that certification. This is a really, really beautiful stone. In addition to that great color and the phenomenal clarity, let me call your attention to that. You can actually see some of the characteristics in this sapphire that are one of those kind of telltale indicators you're looking at an earth-grown stone and you see those diagonal striations. It is such a beautiful stone. This one has a start price of $219. Again, we're just under 2 carats at 1.99 on this AIG certified example of a teal sapphire. Let me get this one going and then I will run that first and then we will keep shopping. Again, if there's anything you want to kind of refine about the request or seeing this makes you realize you want something different, just say so and we will look. So let's get this one started at 219. Are we ready? Are we ready? That one is running. Okay. That was a lot of words to get one stone run, wasn't it? So, anyhow, it is good to have everyone. I love a request, as I mentioned, because we could spend all day looking at stones, and the idea of the stone that you have in mind sitting next to me and not getting shown bums me out. So, you just tell me what you want to see, and we'll look at that material. Okay, let me set this one here so that I can keep everything organized, and then let me get back to that just over 1 carat example. And again, 1.09 the carat weight on this one, heated blue sapphire in this case. Beautiful color. I'll get this one start and then I will add that direct light back in so you can really enjoy the beautiful color. 129 the start price on this one. And there's an extra step here on eBay Live, so you're going to hear lots of and underway on this one. So beautiful example. I'll remind everyone too that on Fridays we tend to introduce new material. You all got a little sneak peek here on eBay Live yesterday of the material that we were unveiling kind of wide today. And you're looking at some of it on the bottom half of your screen. A huge majority of those stones, though, you won't have seen because they are brand new today. So if you have anything that has caught your eye and you want to see it before too many people are in the room, I would advise you ask about them so we can take a look at those before you have much bidding competition. Let me show you. Hey, oh, good to see you. Yes, I do actually. I'll show you a couple in just a second. We're working through one request and then it will grab those and we will we'll explore. So here is a 1.7 carat aquamarine. Beautiful. Take a look at this one. This is an oval cut. So per request and in that 1 to 2 carat range, aquamarine oval cut. Very, very sparkly example, I might add. So take a look here. I like to show you on the white cushion. There we go. So you can see the clarity of the stone. Look at that beautiful silvery blue. Isn't that pretty? And then I want to show you on my hand too, because remember, if you set your stones, if you enjoy them in jewelry, there's not going to be a white cushion back there. So this kind of gives you a more accurate depiction of how that stone is going to wear, if you will. So again, we're looking at 1.7 carats of aquamarine, in this case, 85 the start price on this one. I will get this beauty going. Isn't that a beautiful color? Okay, 85. We'll get it underway. Here is thinking noise underway on that one. So beautiful aquamarine in this oval cut. Lots of sparkle, as I mentioned. So let me grab, slap me silly in on this every single time. It's going to get me every single time. So you know, slap me silly. Congratulations. Nice choice on that one. Beautiful aquamarine. Let me get my fingerprint off of it for you. There we go. Just a beautiful choice. Here is this one. Yeah, isn't it? I always admire aqua. It feels like a real classic to me. When I think of aquamarine, I imagine myself walking along kind of the coast in Martha's Vineyard. I've never been there, and that is also not my style, but it's where my head goes. Black emerald. Oh, are you looking at one of these too? Let me show you these. These are also really cool. And then let me grab those spinel, and we will look at those next, and then we can examine some of those new stones. So request was blue or gray, and I am going to show you some options. Okay. Oh, I have beautiful choices. Oh, the options are many. Okay, hang on. Let me grab this spinel tray. Here's this one. Here is this one and this one. Okay. we'll do these three. I'll show you these three, and then if we want to look at additional options, we can. So let me tuck this one here. Let me tuck this here. And there we go. Okay, we'll get to those in just a second. I sure am a fan. I have this one we're going to start with. This is a 1.23 carat. So the request was gray or blue spinel. I have a blue gray spinel here that I want to start with. It is a really beautiful example in a cushion cut. 1.23 is the carat weight on this one. This one is from Burma. Let me show you this one and then actually, oh, on the black background. Got it. Okay. There we go. Oh, Mayo, thank you so much for saying so. I'm going to pass that on to Eddie. He does all our sourcing, and he works really hard to bring in great stones. So thank you. That's really really sweet of you to say so. Um, Pretty fun too that he gets to shop with his collector's eye and I get to share them with everyone. It's a good system, it really is. So looking at a beautiful blue gray spinel here rather, so you can see that there are some inclusions in this one. Let me grab the light and then I want to try something. I don't know that I've ever UV'd this exact stone, and I am curious. I'm so into all of the UV tricks on the material these days, and UV, especially UV from Burma, has a lot of potential. Let's see what happens. Okay, beautiful. It moves to kind of a peach. Wait for the white balance to catch up on this one, and you'll see peach with some really strong, wait for it, flashes of, where's the hot pink? Hang on, hang on. Oh, the video delay on eBay. Other sellers in the room, how much do you love the video delay on eBay? So there we go. Beautiful example of a blue gray spinel. This one is going to have a $99 start price when I run it. I'll show you one other and then I'll circle back. This one also, this one's going to be labeled as blue. 0.66 is the carat weight on this one, blue specifically. It's an oval cut, also from Burma. This one, I like to call stones cut like this a koval. So somewhere between kind of a cushion and an oval. And you can see this one has a really strong kind of gray influence as well to the blue, but this is a very clean example as well. So a little bit softer saturation, definitely more blue as opposed to the blue gray. And this one has a $66 start price. Let's UV real fast and see what she does. Because again, I love party tricks when it comes to gemstones. Okay, this one moves toward a really dark pink. Let's see if the white balance will reveal that. There we go. You're starting to get a little hint. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, and you can see how much fluff I have on my hands from the cushions from the gemstones. Let's get this one going first. So 66, like I said, the start price on this beautiful blue spinel. If spinel is a stone you're not familiar with, I'd highly encourage you to look into it. Beautiful material, not necessarily on everyone's radar. That's one of the things that makes it extra special to me. So that one is underway. Blue spinel is what we're looking at in this case. Good to see you, friends. I see some names we haven't seen in a while. Winter, good to see you. Dice, Linda, Michael, really good to have everyone. We are West Coast Gemstones. If you are watching us on one of your social media channels, welcome. Use the link in the post to make your way over so that you can bid on these beautiful gemstones as well. We're glad to have you watching with us. Here is a 1.23 carat blue gray. Lots of sparkle in this one for sure. 99 the start price, so we'll get this one going. 99, and let's get it run. Oh, started the wrong number, but that's going to be number 5. So really beautiful example. Like I said, spinel is a fun stone to look into. And then we will look, Elise, sorry for the delay, at that stone on the black background. It's a really fun one as well. Okay, there we are. Let me check this one back. And we will keep shopping. Here is this one, this one, this one. Okay, I'm going to do my best to stay organized today. There are a lot of stones flying around. It's a good problem to have, by the way, just so everyone realizes. There's that one. Okay, here is that stone that was on the black background from the new releases. This is a zircon. This is a beautiful zircon, by the way. 1.71 is the carat weight on this one. This one brand new today, so really fun to introduce this to everyone. It is an octagonal cut, and like I said, 1.71 carats. Zircon is a really cool material for a number of reasons, but I'm going to show you some tricks with zircon in just a minute. Blue is the color you'll typically see zircon in. That's the more common color. These white zircons are beautiful. When we're talking about zircon, remember, you can get tons of fire because of some of the characteristics of the stone. Really beautiful. The oldest gemstone, it was formed as the Earth's crust cooled. This one has a really beautiful kind of scissor cut to it. And I want to show you its trick. Ready? Because zircon also has the potential for some really cool UV features. So again, that kind of golden color almost with the pinks in this. Isn't that beautiful? Hey, Blackley, good to see you. All right, let me tuck this one here. Let me get this one run. Like I said, debuting today, this beautiful white zircon. This one has a start price of $85. I'll get this one going. 85. Here we are. Okay. I also have some new blue zircon if anyone wants to see any. We've visited some really beautiful blue zircon this week, haven't we? Okay, that one is running. So white zircon in this case. If anyone else has requests, let me know. I have a lot of gems here, a lot of gems, and I want to show you the ones you were hoping to see. So this is a white zircon. I will show you one of the new blue zircon that are really beautiful, and then we'll move back to this tray of material that I have prepared. This one is the blue zircon that is so pretty. 1.41 is the carat weight on this one. 1.41. This is a blue zircon. Like I said, blue going to be the color you more commonly see. Note that this is tenebrescent. What tenebrescence is, kind of the easy description is it's slow motion color change. So everybody, quick mental screenshot of the color on this stone. What I'm going to do now is expose it to some UV light. And what that's doing is it is exciting the atoms in the stone. The result is going to be that you see a shift in the color on this stone that over time, if we then put this back into a dark room or I use some really strong white light, it will change back. But this is what happens when you expose tenebrescent zircon to that UV light. Isn't that cool? So in this case, it definitely gets deeper. You definitely get a strong green undertone to that blue. It's a really cool feature. And then zircon, all those things I said about zircon a moment ago hold true, where you get great fire, you get facet doubling, just a really cool material. 85 the start price on this one, so I'll get that one running as well. We are looking at zircon. And like I said, you can change it back by exposing it to some of that really bright white light. And I'll do that in a moment. But also over time, if you were to just then put this in a jewelry box until the next time you wore it, it would transition back toward that original color as well. And that happens endlessly. That's not kind of a short term. You haven't changed it permanently. It will go back and forth as you give it the right conditions. So there we go. I'm going to let the white light sit on that one for a minute and I'll show you some more gems. Let's do this next. Here, I love this little duo. Okay, so every once in a while, a couple stones come across my desk at the same time that just belong together in life. And so this is one of those jars. Let me show you this one. We are looking at a total of 2.05 carats in this jar. These are two oval cut tourmaline. There we go. Lots of different ways you can talk about pink and green combination. There we go. Wicked is where my head goes on that, but I understand that we all have different different frames of reference. But aren't those fun and complementary? I get a lot of creative ideas when I see stones that share some characteristics but have some differences. I feel like those could be used together really successfully. Obviously, not meant to be an exact pair. That's not what we're going for here. But we're looking at a beautiful duo here in this case of one green and one pink tourmaline, both beautiful examples of those respective materials. $119 the start price on this duo. I will get this underway. 119. Okay, let's get this one running. One of the things I've learned doing the live online auctions is I don't have anywhere near enough context when it comes to the Marvel universe or whatever the other ones are called, DC, because people draw references that just go straight over my head. So Wicked is as much as I can give you in terms of the pink and green. But our friends like Joe keep us on it. Let me tuck these here and let's go back to my everyday assortment. Here is a fun bundle of citrine in square cut. So square cut citrines is what I am about to show you. There are 6 in this jar. Total carat weight on these 2.23 carats. Let me very cautiously take the lid off so you can see. Isn't this a fun little mix? So variety of saturations here. All square cuts in this case, but you get some different dimensions on these. Let me get this one underway for us. Let's do $12 on this jar. Again, 6 stones in there. Do the math. That is a pretty good way to pick up citrine. That is underway at $12 for 6 of these square cut citrine here. If you are creative, if you make jewelry, I really like having these assorted jars, kind of waiting in the wings because then you have options in terms of dimensions and all the characteristics. If you are in the process and need to kind of make some adjustments, here's another assortment jar, or rather multi-stone jar. This is 2.4 carats in this case, 2.4 carats of peridot. Peridot. That is a favorite around here, that's for sure. Let's do 29 on this trio. We'll do 29 here on these peridot, and then I'm going to show you a brand new peridot. This one is underway there. Beautiful. So trio, so 3 ovals in this case, obviously. And again, nice to have that assortment. The little variety packs are quite enjoyable. And then I am going to show you, like I said, a jar that I am reminded of when I show this one that has one of our brand new debuting today gemstones. It is this one. Take a look at this. All right. 5.7 is the carat weight on this one. This is a peridot in an octagonal cut. That's significant carat weight when we're talking about peridot. 5.7 is a lot of peridot. Look at how intense the color is on this one. There's a lot to like about this stone. Jope, are you still here? I thought of you and one of our other friends when I saw this one in the tray for today's show for obvious reasons. Look at how beautiful that is. So really strong in color, obviously. Nice carat weight. Love the cut on this, by the way, as well. 110 the start price here. $110. Beautiful peridot. Peridot, remember, one of those materials that is far less common than I think people think of it as being. And so just something to kind of keep in mind is that if it's a material you like, kind of strike while the iron's hot. Let's get this one going. There we are. Because peridot, for a number of reasons, is getting a little bit harder to get your hands on. And so these nice showy pieces are really fun to have. And I like being able to bring these to our shoppers. So really beautiful peridot. Octagonal cut there. Beautiful color, isn't it? Okay, I'm going to tuck this here so we can enjoy it. And if anyone else sees anything in that tray that you want to take a close look at, just let me know. I am glad to show you any of those. I'm going to move back to this tray where we have what we think of as kind of our everyday assortment. This is a piece of prehnite. This is beautiful. 3.39 is the carat weight on this prehnite. It is a cushion cut. I want to show you this one. So I like showing them on the black cushion so you can see kind of the profile of the stone beautifully. And then I like to show you over here so you can see the amount of color and see the really glowy character of prehnite. Isn't that a cool stone? I'm going to do $15 on this one. 15 bucks. 1 5, and we will get it underway. So in addition to the stones that we show while we're running lives, hang on. Okay, underway on that one. We have a marketplace, I think is what they call it here on eBay Live, where we have essentially stones that are photographed. You have written descriptions, a lot of details on those. And so if you haven't already, visit that section where you can see our Buy It Now stones and take a look. If there's anything you want to see up close so you can see it kind of wiggle on camera, I'm glad to show you those stones. Just let me know. Give me the information that is in there, and we will gladly take a look. Let me get into this tray. Here we go. Here's my next stone. This is an iolite. 0.49 is the carat weight on this one. Iolite. Give me 1 second. I'm going to start this one at $4. How does that sound to everyone? We're going to do $4. And this one is underway. There we go. So $4 on this beautiful pear cut iolite is what we are looking at. So we try to keep a couple hundred of our favorite stones and buy it now at any given time. And oftentimes Friday is when we release new material there and to buy it now. So if you haven't taken a look at the new stones, you'll want to do so. Those often get swept up pretty quickly. So we have people that wait for us to release those on Fridays, and then it can be somewhat of a feeding frenzy. So here is a smoky quartz. 4.08 is the carat weight on this one. 4.08. Let me show you this stone, and then I am going to start this one at, let's do $7 on this one. How does that sound? Beautiful smoky quartz there. Let's get this one running. Okay, there we are. If anyone else has requests, just let me know. If you find yourself thinking, I hope she shows us a blank next, just tell me what blank is and we'll look at them. So we're looking at smoky quartz currently. I am a big fan of a smoky quartz. I think it's very, very versatile, really wearable stone. Okay, tuck this one here and show you what's next. Beautiful. I have a blue-green apatite here. 0.81 is the carat weight on this apatite. This is a pear cut. Let me show you how beautiful this color is. Isn't that a great kind of turquoise color? Let's all go somewhere where we can swim in water that's this color. I'm going to start this one at $19. So we're looking at blue-green apatite here. Beautiful. Let's get it running. Okay, that one is underway. So blue-green apatite is what we're looking at here. Apatite is a really fascinating material. It has a lot of different uses in its mineral form. It actually is the same mineral that makes up our bones and teeth, the matrix of our bones and teeth. All right. Hey, Moritz, good to see you. Here is this one. Let me show you this next. I have a big, beautiful, glowy green onyx here. 7.34 is the carat weight on this one. 7.34 on this round cut green onyx. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, I'm such a fan. Love that color. Love the way the light moves through. Let me show you with some direct light. Isn't that cool? Do you see what I'm saying about it being glowy? That's a fun stone. All right, let's get this one going. Let's do $10 on this one. How does that sound? 10. And we will get this running for us here. That is underway. Okay, friends, we have started our kind of late summer, early fall schedule. And so for eBay Live, we are going to, what we do is we stream Wednesday through Sunday. Blackley's in on this one. The shows on Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday are all going to be noon Pacific, 12 p.m. Pacific starts. And then Friday, we are going to do a 9 a.m. start. That is our schedule that we are working on right now. So do bookmark the shows. That's the best way to be able to find us. But keep in mind that if you are just wanting to calendar those yourselves, you can count on that calendar. So Blackley, great choice on that beautiful stone. Beautiful stone. Okay, let me show everyone what is next. I happen to have a round carnelian as well. Hey, Ron. Hey, Encinitas. Welcome back, friends. Anna Marie, good to see you. Here is a 3.87 carat carnelian in a round cut. Take a look at this one. Love this. All right. Shall we do $4? I think we shall. Let's do that. Everyone having a good Friday? I hope so. I love a Friday, as I like to say. Okay, underway. Is this anyone's last day of summer before the kids head back to school on Monday? It is for us. 22, good to see you. Welcome back. So I am both excited and hesitant about Monday. You go back Tuesday. Okay, okay. Yeah, I like the routine. I do like the routine. But after the first day, I always think to myself, wait, I have to do that 179 more times. Ron, great choice. Pretty example of a carnelian there. Okay. You like the free time? Yes, I know. Well, that part too. But truth be told, what we're doing is adding more shows. So free time goes in finger quotes around here. Here's 5.97 carats of Amazonite. This is such a pretty color. 5.97 carats, just under 6. Look at this color. I am such a fan. The white washes it out a little. Look at it here. There we go. Isn't that beautiful? Okay, 5.97 on this one. Amazonite is what we are looking at here, named for the river. Let's do 10. Let's do 10. Here's this one. Okay, 10 and running. There we go. All right, beautiful Amazonite. Isn't that a gorgeous color? Kind of a soft turquoise color is a favorite of mine, by the way. My friends would tell you this is a Lindsay color. I will take that compliment all day long. That's different than a Lindsay color stone, which rose quartz is the stone that we think of that way. But this is a Lindsay color, among my favorites for sure. Okay, let me show everyone this next. We do have some lab created stones here at West Coast Gemstones. Most of our stones are earth grown stones, but we do carry really beautiful quality. lab created stones as well. And so whenever I show you a lab created stone, the tag will say so. I'll say so out loud. We always want you to know what you're getting. Oh, good to see you. 4.68 is the carat weight on this one. Check out this nice plump haircut. Isn't that pretty? I think these are so fun. Remember, when we're talking about the lab created stones, they can perform a lot of the same tricks as their earth grown counterpart. Running this one at 10, by the way, that's underway. I want to show you one of those tricks when we're talking these lab spinels. Look at that. Look how beautiful the U action is on that one. Really fun, really fun. The lab stones are chemically composed the same as the earth grown counterparts, so they can do the same things. I think that is a really fun trick and a beautiful color, by the way, even when it isn't doing that. Um, Excellent. I'm so glad. That makes me so happy. Did you feel fancy and super knowledgeable? I love that. I feel like a lot of our friends that hang with us on a regular basis could probably run our shows using the exact same words that I would use. So I love it. I love it. Oh, good. You found your magnetite. That is excellent, 22. And are you having fun charging it up? If you expose it to a really strong magnet, it holds some of that magnetic quality, and then you can use it as a magnet. I think labstones are great. I know they don't all have great reputations. I sometimes wonder if people don't like labstones because they haven't seen really beautiful, high quality labstones. So this is also a labstone. This is a yellow CZ. Cubic zirconia is always lab created. I like to remind people if what you like are beautiful gemstones, labs can absolutely check the box. One of my favorite rings is a lab created stone as well. I've had it for a long time. It never even occurred to me. I don't know what it is. What is that peach lab created stone I have, Eddie? I'm gonna have to look into it. $10 on this one. You gave it to me. I thought you might remember. Remember that one stone we talked about that one time? Exactly. I just told a story like you do. Oh, marriage. Okay, hang on to this one. Ah, okay, one more lab, then we're moving back to some earth-grown stones. This is a lab ruby. So 5.75 is the carat weight on this one. Lab created, like I said, ruby. Beautiful. Remember, the whole point of a lab created stone is to do an impression of the best characteristics of its earth-grown version. And so you get gorgeous color, you can get beautiful clarity. Again, does the same tricks, really strong UV when we're talking about the lab created ruby. I'll do 10 on this as well. So we'll get that one running. And then we'll move back to some earth grown stones, like I said. Really, really fun. Encinitas, that's so cute. I like watching shows while I do computer work myself, and I will oftentimes type into the chat things that I mean to go in a spreadsheet. That is when I know that maybe I'm trying to do too many things at once. But please don't go anywhere. Here is a beautiful lavender moon quartz. Lavender moon quartz on this one. 3.24 is the carat weight here. Lavender moon quartz is a beautiful material. Let me show you this one. Oh, I like this one a lot. Has great characteristics. So soft lavender or lilac color, that purple with that pink influence, and then pink sparkles in there. Look how cool that is. Gonna start this one at $16. Lavender moon quartz is what we're looking at here. 16. All right, this is where I want to talk about fairies and butterfly wings and tutus. This feels very ethereal to me. That one is underway. Lavender moon quartz is what we're looking at. All right, and then I am going to switch over for a second. We will look at other stones. What was that, Eddie? Oh, okay. If you are watching us on Facebook, hi, good to see you. Use the link in the post to make your way over so you can bid on some of these beautiful gemstones. Or YouTube. My goodness, we are hanging with a lot of friends today. I love it. 5.12 is the carat weight on this one. Here's a white topaz in a cushion cut. Really, really beautiful batch of white topaz we have currently that we're working through. First of all, look at how pretty this cut is. So let me just show you the profile on this black cushion. Let me show you maybe more detail over here. There we go. It's hard sometimes with those white or light color stones to really do a phenomenal job showing off their best characteristics. 5.12, the carat weight on this one, like we said, white topaz. Let's do, how about $20? We're gonna do $20 on this white topaz here. Let's get it going. And underway, there it is. So beautiful white topaz in this cushion cut, just the softest kind of pillowing on the edges of this one. Pretty. Sometimes a cushion cut gets really exaggerated, but you can identify a cushion cut because it looks like a pillow with just a little bit too much stuffing, just a little bit of an overstuffed pillow. Bee drum in on this one. This one, like I said, fairly subtle in terms of that effect. Such a pretty, pretty batch of material. Bee drum, congratulations. That is a beautiful choice. Sending this to you after the show. Gorgeous. I do really enjoy a white topaz. They feel very classy to me. And nothing is classier than calling something classy. There's that one. Okay. Here is my next. I have a trio of red garnet here. 3.12 is the carat weight on this one. 3.12 the carat weight here on this red garnet assortment. Let me show you this one. Oh, it's another one of those fun jars, Eddie, that tease up a fun joke. A marquee, a square, and an oval walk into a gem jar. Let's start this one at, I'm going to do $5 on this one. Everyone ready? I'm going to get this started at $5. Give me 1 second here for the edits to stick. There it is. Okay, $5 on this one. Three garnets. Ready? Go. There it is. So beautiful red garnets here. That square is the stone that keeps grabbing my attention. Oftentimes in these assortment jars, the stones kind of compete for my eye. Today it is the square that's got me. All right. I will hang on to this one for now. We'll revisit that later. Let's do this. Let's do a couple of penny drops. Is everyone ready? Let me grab the tray where I have some material we're going to do as penny drops. So if you have wandered away from your device, come back. I'm about to start gemstones at a single penny. The way the penny drops work is you pay for whatever the auction closes at and the cost of shipping. Shipping is $3 if it's the first jar, $3 if it's the second jar. After you've picked up two, I'm covering any additional shipping. And so you would just pay at that point the close price of the auction. And like I said, going to start at a penny. So this is just over 1.5 carats of lemon quartz. This great marquee cut, 0.01 is the starting price on this auction. Let's get this one going now. So underway at a penny. I like to remind people when I run the penny drops that it is a good opportunity to practice with that max bid button. So B drum in the lead on this one currently. Max bid lets you set, obviously, the max you're willing to pay. Oh my gosh, B drum, I've only seen this happen a couple times. Look what just happened. You scored. Congratulations. Congrats on that one. A single penny. Okay, friends, do we see the merits of the penny drops now? That is so good. Okay, tagged for you. Really nice. I'm going to do another one. Everyone sees how this works, yes? Okay, 2.57 the carat weight on this next stone. Remember when I joked a short time ago about a Lindsay colored gemstone? Rose quartz. I'll show you why I say that in a minute. You know, Blackley, did you walk away? Okay, let me show everyone this one. I've got it all teed up, so I'm going to start it at a penny. Beautiful, soft, rosy rose quartz here. Really, really love these. And here's what I'm talking about when I describe the color. So we are going to get this started at a single penny. Oh, that's fair. Okay, that is fair, Blackley. I appreciate you, the attempt. I admire that. The drum is in the lead on this one. Why not, after so rose quartz is what we're looking at here. Like I said, I love that max bid button. Oh my gosh, B drum. What is happening? Congratulations. We have a rose quartz coming to you for a penny as well. Seriously, what is happening? Is this thing on? Tap, tap, tap. I am happy for you. I love that. I love that. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to grab one more. I'm going to grab one more. Let's just be sure everyone is paying attention here. Let me grab from this tray. Let's do. Hmm. All right, we'll do this. Okay, where is this one? It's hard, isn't it? It is challenging. I get it. Here is. Um, we can do that tomorrow. That's fine. Yeah, thank you. All right, 3.22, the carat weight on this one. Sky blue topaz. Are we ready for this? 3.22. Okay. This one would send me over the edge personally. I'm starting this at a penny. 1 penny. Okay, I'm getting it all lined up. We're looking at a beauty here. And $3 to ship if it's your first jar of the day, $3 if it's your second. After that, I cover shipping. Let's get this started at a single penny. We are running. All right. This is not a penny stone, by the way. B-Drub using max bid. I love it. Okay. Oh, I can see competing bids in here. So B-Drum, is it yours? I mean, not a penny, but that's a phenomenal price. Okay, a couple people using max bid. It's such a smart way to shop. Helps you respect your own budget, which I like and appreciate. B Drum, another great grab. Again, that wasn't a penny, but that was a great value. Congratulations. Okay, welcome back. Let's get this one tagged. Okay, for you. Beautiful choice. How's everything going? Still totally awesome, by the way. That was a good one. Um, Friends, you missed it. Kate, I'm going to do more penny drops throughout the show. So stay close. You will have other opportunities for sure. But yes, good timing. I'm glad you're here now. Okay, here is this one. I'm super excited about this. We don't have many of these, and so when they show up in my trays, I get really pumped. Are we looking at this? Okay, that was a topaz. That was a topaz in this case. I do have aquamarine, but that was a topaz we were looking at just then. Does a pretty good impression, doesn't it? I know. I can understand why that was so disappointing for sure. 2.13 on this one. This is a beautiful smoked Ethiopian opal. It's a pear cut. So let me show you this stone. I'm going to do all the tricks. Oh my gosh. Wait until the white balance adjusts. This one looks like it has fire inside. Look how pretty that is. Wow. When we're talking about opals, friends, red is that color that is going to be least common, most desirable. And this stone has a whole lot of red happening there. Ooh, but then look how it kind of shifts toward a purple as that red mixes with that kind of blue-gray background from that smoke treatment. Oh my gosh, that's a pretty, pretty stone. All right, so 2.13 carats on this one. Again, we're looking at a smoked Ethiopian opal. This one has a start price of just 25. What? I'm going to get my hands back on this and shadow it the way that it allows it to show off here. Let's get this one going. Yeah, Kay, the way that shipping works, and for now, it's the way that shipping works in every show. It's $3 to ship your first jar, $3 to ship your second. After that, I cover additional shipping. So shipping maxes out at $6. That's how shipping works around here. So we are underway on this beauty. These fancy facets. Hi, friend. How are you? Good to see you. Hanging out with all of our buddies today. I love it. All right, I love this batch of smoked opals. I love when one surprises me in the tray. I am feeling a whole lot better. Thank you. You're sweet. It was rough. It is hard to come back from vacation sick when you feel excited to get back to it. But your body says not a chance. So 6.64 on this one. We've never canceled a show until this week, ever, ever. So that's how things were going. Here's a 6.64 carat jar of smoky quartz. These are round cuts. These are really cute. Look at these. All right, Oki knows, our friend Oki knows that I love a smoky quartz. Isn't this a fun little assortment? Really pretty. Oh, that one in particular. I'm gonna get this one going. Let's see. Let's do $12 on this one. Yes, Oki, just in time to get my kids back to school. There it is, friend. I love you. They are sophisticated, aren't they? Funny you would say so. Yep. Oki's Fancy Facets is one of our friends from, friend from Live Online Auctions. We go way back and I love it. It is always good to have you. Okay, underway, 12 bucks. 12 bucks on that, $4 a stone. Um, Okay, are you selling here on eBay Live? I'm sorry if we have talked about this and I don't remember. Did you actually get started? I feel like you did. Everyone, next Wednesday for school. Okay. Getting very close. It's I feel like we're in that couple of week range where everybody is has either just started or is on their way back. So here is this. Let's do this stone next. Um, 3.87 is the carat weight on this one. 3.87. It's a London blue. Love these. We just received a batch of London blues in this carat weight range. This is kind of a sweet spot for London, in my opinion. So not too big, not too small. London is really, really a beautiful material. This one I like to call the denim of gemstones because you can wear it with anything, the way that I think you can wear jeans with anything. 42, the start price on this one. I will get this one going for us. Beautiful London blue. Let me show you this one over here. Oh, excellent, Oki. Let us know if you need anything. So a little bit of a learning curve for sure. There's this one. And then if everyone gives Oki's Fancy Facets a follow, um, you'll not regret that. This one underway on this London. Okay. Beautiful, isn't it? So London blue is going to be the deeper version, that darker kind of smoky grade blue version of a topaz. We looked at that soft version a short time ago, that sky blue. Oki in on this one. Oki is a fellow London blue lover like myself. So we looked at the softer sky blue. Oki is taking this beauty. Congratulations, friend. Beautiful choice. And then we'll look at Swiss blue as well, which is going to be the really bright version. You gotta love a topaz. Okay. Yeah, London blue. Easy to love, that's for sure. I don't know. London blue is my favorite personally. I feel like it is probably the most popular of the blue topaz. Let me show this one. So here's an example of a Swiss blue, similar carat weight. Let's see. Blackly, I might. Give me a second to check. Give me a second to check. I've done that a lot of times this week. 3.36 on this one, Swiss blue. So Swiss blue is going to be the really bright version of a blue. Oh, check that out. I love it. My pleasure. All right, so let me get this one started here. This one, let's do it 19. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, the brightness, so eye-catching. Okay, 19 on this one. So this is Swiss blue, like I said, that bright version of a blue topaz. It is almost underway. There we go. Okay, running on that one. And then I'm going to look for a large London blue. Eddie, do you know if there is a parcel of London blue in the larger carat weights? Six plus carats on a London blue, ideally in an emerald cut. I Okay. So Blackley, they are on their way into inventory, but we don't have them quite ready. I'll prioritize working on those, but the closest I would have today is going to be this one. Where'd she go? Oh, I was thinking of something entirely different. Okay, this one is a beautiful example, but this is not a London blue. This is the stone that jumped to mind when you asked. And in my head, I had turned this into a London blue. Give me one second here. This is a beautiful example of an 11.06 carat sky blue. So sky blue is going to have that softer blue. I know this isn't what you asked for, but beautiful stone for sure. Over 11 carat sky blue topaz Asher cut, arguably the best cut ever. Let me show you this one. So an Asher cut is going to be this square format cut, going to tend toward kind of octagonal. You get kind of this step cut look to it here, and this is a beautiful stone. Asher cut is such a classic. They always look like really classic stones to me when we're talking about an Asher. Let me pull back on that just a little. There we go. Really, really pretty, isn't it? This one has a $49 start price. Yeah, hard to go wrong with any of the blues. Sky blue tends to be a lower price per carat than some of the other blues. That's one of the reasons it always feels like such a phenomenal value to me. You just get a lot of looks for the price on topaz in general, but especially sky blue topaz. I think that every time I see one. Let's get this one going. That is underway. And if it's not the right stone, as you know, we get new material most days. So don't hesitate to ask again. But beautiful option, Asher cut sky blue. It is a beautiful stone. This one wants to be a pendant. All right, so let me check this one here. Scott, good to see you. Scott, we touched base with a vendor who we were talking about blue garnet on. Um, okay, okay. Scott, essentially we have more information. Will you send a quick message we can reply to, and then we'll give you all that info. So give you the full rundown. The answer is we can get it for you. Yeah. So okay, Blackley, thank you. I appreciate it. Here is this. We will keep shopping here. This is a beautiful amethyst in a marquee cut. Amethyst in a marquee cut. Let me get tighter again. Wait for it. There it is. 1.65 on this one. Let's do this one at $4. Let's do this one at $4. We'll see how this goes. Beautiful, beautiful example of an amethyst here. Green or purple, welcome back. Good to see you. Okay, we are running. So underway on this beautiful amethyst in a marquee cut. Gorgeous stone. Amethyst, one of the probably underdog stones when it comes to material. Really beautiful, however, very eye-catching. Just a nice solid option for a gemstone. Beadrum, you taking this one? I love this. Nice choice on that. Nice choice. Okay, let me tag it, and then let me show everyone one of the brand new stones as well. So let me put this one here, and let me show this one. Jay, let's go. Let's see. Oh, Slap me silly. I don't think I was thinking of anything specific. I still like your screen name. So, but if you had a request that I didn't see, let me know. Let me know. I do have lab spinel. I can show you some lab spinel. I'm glad to. I'll grab that after this next amethyst here. Hey, Kevy. It is a 9.14 carat example, also a marquise amethyst. You can see more significant in size, and you can see why one made me think of the other. That last one made me think of this one. Look at how cool the faceting on this one is. So I want to call your attention to the fact that you get a really, really nice amount of sparkle. It almost acts as the way that this is faceted, almost acts as a checkerboard. So you get lots of light bouncing around off of this stone. And it's a nice, again, sizable 9.14 carat example here. Get my fingerprint off there. 9.41. Let me get this one started for us. $39. 39. 1 second. 39. Oh, too many digits. 39. There we go. Okay. Here is this one. Dell, welcome back. It is good to see everyone. All right. We are underway. We were gone for a couple of weeks, but I feel like I'm seeing a lot of names I haven't seen in a bit. So welcome back. So, well, Dell back from vacation, relaxed, ready to get the kids back in school. It is just a really good time over here. How are you? How are you? Let me grab this tray. I want to show everyone something. This one. Okay. Here is the last spinel I was looking for. I have a couple of different cuts. This is the one I have in my tray currently. I can look for other cuts if you would like to see left on Monday. Yes, okay. Back to college. Is that the deal? 4.68 is the carat weight on this one. So this is lab created blue spinel. Pear cut, as you can see, 10 by 12 millimeters. Let me show you this one. Beautiful color, by the way. I love this stone for a lot of different reasons. The color is fantastic. The sparkle is beautiful. I really like the cut. It also, because it's a lab created spinel, has the potential to do all the same tricks as the earth grown version. So you get that really cool UV effect. Oh, Dell, that must have been a nice time. That must have been a nice time. I hope you enjoyed a really great summer together. Okay, so this one has a $10 start price. We'll get this one going at 10 bucks. Lab Spinel is what we're looking at here. 1 0 and almost running. There we go. Okay, underway. Did anyone travel this summer? Since we were just back from vacation, I've been talking to a lot of our friends about the trips they took, and getting some really good ideas for our next trips. Jug Gal in on this one. Isn't this a beautiful color? I am a fan. It is now yours. Congratulations. Thanks for the request. Wasn't that easy? This is why I like to tell people that if you just tell me what you're looking for, we'll see if I have it. Oftentimes the answer is absolutely. Here it is. Okay, tucking that one here. And let me show everyone this next. Oh, these are really fun. Here is a 1.81 carat. Wait for the white balance. Tanzanite. So tanzanite, really cool material. I don't think we've looked at any yet today. This is a cabochon. So tanzanite is a single source gemstone, only comes from one place, that being Tanzania. 1.81 the carat weight on this one. When you get the cabs, you get to enjoy more of the color without any of the sparkle you would typically get from faceting. Just a nice kind of, it feels like kind of a pure way. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for to enjoy some of the features of a gemstone, the color specifically. And because it's a cab, you get a different price per carat. This is $15. $15 the start price on this one. Again, we're talking about tanzanite. If that was a faceted tanzanite, we'd be talking different numbers here. So that one is underway. Beautiful tanzanite. I'm going to show you some faceted tanzanite after this one. Tanzanite is one of the materials we carry an absolutely incredible range in everything from super petite to very, very large. B drum is in on this one. Oh, thank you, Scott. Okay, perfect. I'll have Eddie get back to you. Excellent. Thanks for doing that. B drum, great choice on that one. Let's get it tagged. Okay, makes me happy when people make the most of the combined shipping. There we go. Shipping maxes out at $6. So you won't ever pay more than $6, friends. Okay, like I said, I want to show you some other tanzanite. And I do have a good range when we're talking about carat weight old cuts. Let me reach for this tray and I'll show you some options. So I do have some really petite faceted tanzanite. And that is a beautiful way to enjoy the material. Tanzanite is one of those stones. You just do not need a big stone to be eye-catching. This is maybe the very smallest that I have right now at 0.2 carats. So it's a baby. It is a baby tanzanite, but it happens to be a trillion cut, which in my opinion makes everything that much better. Take a look at this one. So beautiful trillion cut tanzanite. There's that color we were just admiring, but this is a faceted version. So you get some extra sparkle there. Really pretty. Single source gemstone, very rare material. This one has a $19 start price. I will get this one going. One of the things I like about the small carat weights, let's get this underway, is that you're not paying for much. So even though it's really beautiful material, it's affordable. And so anyone who's looking to get tanzanite into their collection, fun opportunity when you're just not paying for much carat weight to pick up some beautiful material. So tanzanite. Lots of speculation on when tanzanite will run out because it is a single source gemstone. When it is gone, it is gone, and that is the end of it. Lots of speculation on when that will occur. Evening, Angel, welcome back. Hope you're well. Happy Friday. Tucking this one here, and then let me show this one as well. This is a 1.9 carat example. I really, really like this one for a number of reasons. But let me show you the details here. This is a cushion cut. Also heated tanzanite, like we've been looking at there. That's where that purple blue color comes from typically. 1.9 the carat weight on this one. Look at how beautiful this one is. The saturation of the color is lovely. Kyle, welcome back. Beautiful, beautiful example here. So you get lots of sparkle, very gemmy version of a tanzanite. This one leans really far into the blue in terms of the range that you get in heated tanzanite from kind of a blue to violet. This one, a very, very, very blue version of the material and a really, really lovely stone. 1.9 is the carat weight as a reminder on this cushion cut. $209 the start price on this one. Let me get this one going for us. 209. Here we are. Okay, there we are. Now we are running on that one. So beautiful tanzanite. This one again approaching the 2 carat mark. So we looked at a 0.2. We are looking now at approaching 2. My tanzanite right now runs from, like I said, that 0.2 is probably my smallest example. I have a 38 carat as well, and a lot in between those carat weights. So if you want to see some other options, just let me know. Glad to visit those. Let me get my fingerprint off this one before I put it back in its little bed. There we go. All right, and let me set this tray here. I will also show, look at this one too. It's a really pretty stone. I'm also going to show you some unheated tanzanite. Um, you heard me say from your first to your finest gemstone. This one falls under that latter category. So we are looking at here unheated tanzanite. So that is a whole different thing. 3 carats on the nose, the carat weight on this one. This is an oval cut unheated tanzanite. Slap me silly. I think you might have heard me talking to Scott, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think that I called you specifically, but I'm glad you're back. because here come the giggles again. Too funny. I love it. So unheated tanzanite is what we're looking at here. Yeah, gladly, gladly. Beautiful material, highly sought after for a number of reasons. When you get tanzanite that has coloration like this that is unheated, it's really special. Tanzanite also that is unheated has does a really good job displaying a characteristic that you can find in a gemstone that is called pleochroism. So it essentially means that when you're looking at different angles, you're going to get different colors on this stone. So I'll give you a really brief overview, and we can look more in detail if you want to. I have a few unheated tanzanite. But do you see how you're getting a variety of colors in this stone? And then as it rotates, you're going to see those colors kind of in different orientations and different quantities. That is called pleochroism. And unheated tanzanite does is one of the stones that displays that pleochroism most prominently. So really pretty material, highly sought after, like I said, and collectible. This is 3 carats on the nose, super clean version, by the way. This one has a start price of $649, $649. I will get this one underway for us. We do also have some other pieces in our buy it now. So if it's material you like, but this cut or this coloration isn't quite right for you, there we go, feel free to check out our Buy It Now. And you can't purchase from our Buy It Now while I'm running a live show unless I pin the listing. So if there's something you want to pick up, just let me know what it is and I can do so. And that makes it purchasable during our live shows. So that's a little bit kind of a workaround for that. That here on eBay Live. I'll also remind everyone that the way that the shipping window works on eBay Live is you have 8 hours from when we start a show until your shipping window closes. So if you have picked up a couple stones today and you are into your third or more, then we are, let's see, what color was it? I bet it was this one actually. Hang on. Was it this one? Because I can't stop thinking about this one. Here's that. There we go. Let me know if this is the one you were looking at. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Great taste, by the way. 11.06 on the sky blue topaz. So Asher cut. I'll get my fingerprint off there and then I'll start that again. So 49, the start price on this one. That shipping window, you have 8 hours from the time that we start a live until your bundled shipping ends. So after the live, I like to encourage people to make their way over to the Buy It Now and see if there's anything else you want to include in your so while I'm paying for your shipping, especially. So underway on this one at 49. It's a really, really beautiful stone. Slap me silly. So now you're getting sound effects too. It's just happened. Is this yours? Beautiful Asher cut. I love an Asher cut. This belongs to you. Congratulations. Congrats on that one. Let me tag it for you. Okay, yeah, that is a beautiful stone. Huge fan. Easy to fall for an Asher cut anything. That is how I feel about an Asher cut. All right, tucked aside for you. You're welcome. Thanks for your purchase. Let me get into this next tray here. Let's kind of shift gear for a minute, and I'm going to show you some stones that are really different than some of the other things we've looked at. And then we'll visit more of that new material. The whole bottom of your screen right now, those are new stones. So you all got here on eBay Live a sneak peek of some of those yesterday, but for the most part, those are brand new stones that you haven't seen because we just introduced them today. And so if you want to see anything from that selection, just let me know and we can take a look. Like I said, I'm going to show you a couple stones that are really different than what we've been looking at. Starting with this labradorite. 10 point, wait for the white balance, 7-1 on this one. Labradorite in this beautiful oval cut. This has been one of my favorite materials for a long time. Look at how much life there is in this one. Okay, so Labradorite has a range, is available in a range of colors, like so many of the gems, obviously. This one has a really beautiful golden green kind of overall appearance to it. And that is both when it is sitting without reflecting light and when it is labradorescing. Labradorescence is what that effect is called when we're talking about labradorite. Isn't that a beautiful range of colors? Really cool. Lots of different cultures have a lot of kind of different origin stories for labradorite. I'm starting this one at $20, by the way. A lot of them have to do with the northern lights, so for obvious reasons. I'll get this one started for us. So labradorite is what we're looking at here, and that one is underway. I am a huge fan, like I said. Really beautiful material, that's for sure. So you get kind of one color when it is sitting outside of some direct light, and then as it catches the light, it just absolutely springs to life. That is a labradorite we're looking at, and it is beautiful. I'll show you this as well. Here is a moonstone. So this is a pear cut moonstone. 8.98 is the carat weight on this one. This is a cool stone for a couple of reasons, but let me show you. It is a faceted moonstone. So take a look at this one. You get a clear stone with some white veining and then that blue flash in the moonstone. In this particular example, it appears to me that the flash comes from behind that white veining, and I think that's a really cool feature. It reminds me of looking at like the full moon behind clouds, behind cloud cover. And I think it's a really, really neat feature. So again, we are looking at moonstone here. Let me get this one started for us. Let's do, what did I say carat weight wise? I did just under 9 carats. It's a lot of moonstone here. Why don't we do, I'll tell you what, let's do 24. We're going to do 24 on this one. Here we go. 24 on this nice sizable example of a beautiful moonstone. Here is that one running. There we are. Really beautiful. The jars that we use here on most of our gemstones, I'll call attention when I'm showing you a stone that's in a larger jar. 1 inch diameter is going to be the measurement on the cushion in there, just to give you kind of a frame of reference for the dimensions on the stones. So beautiful moonstone there. I'll set that in there. Let me show you all what is next. Let me switch the tray here. There we go. All right. I also have some really beautiful nephrite jade. So this is a 6.8 carat example of a nephrite jade. Um, Really, really beautiful. So one of the things I like a lot about this particular batch is the stones are relatively thin, meaning you get to see a lot of the carat weight at one time. So instead of it being a really thick stone, you get kind of more bang for your buck is how I think of that one. So 6.8, again, the carat weight on this one, nephrite jade. This one has a start price of 29. Let me get this one underway for us. 29. Here is this one, nephrite jade. That one is underway. 6.8 carats on this nephrite jade. Give me 1 second, everyone. There's this. I'm going to step away for just 1 second. So much. I'll hang on to this nephrite jade for now. Okay, let me show everyone this next. Here is a beautiful example of a chalcedony. This one comes in just over 4 carats, 4.06 specifically. Chalcedony on this one. Let's get this started at $8. How does $8 sound? Beautiful chalcedony. I love this color. I'm going to put it on my hand in just a second so you can see it um, outside of that white cushion and see how beautiful this color is. Oops, get back here. There we go. All right. Someone compared this recently to milk glass, and now I can't unsee it. It has that really beautiful characteristic where you get kind of some opacity, the way the light moves, really, really cool. So chalcedony is what this one is. Let's look next at this. Here is a beautiful example of a pear cut red garnet. 2.13, the carat weight on this one, 2.13. Let me show you this stone. Oh my gosh, that is a great garnet here. All right, especially without my fingerprint on top. Isn't that a beautiful stone? Wow. Let's get this one started at $12. We'll do $12 on this beautiful garnet. We are looking at a pear cut. Lots of brightness in this one. Here we go. This is the color that my mind shows me when someone says red garnet. Garnet, of course, comes in a range of colors, a literal entire rainbow. But this is the color I associate when someone says red garnet. This is what my head shows me. So beautiful example in this pear cut here. Isn't that lovely? Oof, she's good looking. Remember garnet typically untreated. So this is just how pretty the earth makes her. Let me set this one here. And let's keep shopping. I'm going to grab a couple of stones that we are going to do penny drops on. Is everyone ready? Everyone close and paying attention? Oh, look what I have today. I am excited. Okay, hang on. Let's do this as our next penny drop. I'm going to run three. I'm going to run 3 penny drops here. Okay, so 2.45 is the carat weight on this jar. 2.45. I'm going to show you this stone. I'm going to start it at a penny. Are we ready for this? So 0.01 going to be that starting price. We are looking at a Light or a green amethyst, some people know this as, and it is running at a single cent. So if you have walked away from your device, come back. We are looking at a beautiful example of a Light. Blackley is in the lead. Oh, nope. ODK now in the lead. Drum in there. Use the max bid button, friends, if you've never tried it. Very helpful in situations where there are lots of bids. So it lets you set your maximum bid, obviously. It then bids on your behalf, so you don't have to worry about who in the room has faster thumbs than you do. ODK, using that max bid very effectively, I might add. Let's see. Is this your Light or green amethyst? Looks promising. It is. Congratulations. $2 is a phenomenal, phenomenal deal on that. Nice choice. Let me tuck this one here for you. Beautiful. Let's get it numbered. Here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, that one tucked away for you. Here is my next. This is a rose quartz at 2.43 carats. Like I said, we're going to do 3 penny drops here. If anyone has requests, tell me what you want to see. 0.01 going to be the starting price. This is a round cut. This is a good combination of cut and color, in my opinion. Some colors just look good in some cuts. That one washing out on that white cushion some. There we go. All right, so this one is underway at a single cent. So rose quartz in a round cut. Pretty. I want to call this petal pink for some reason. ODK in the lead currently on this one. Beautiful rose quartz in a round cut. Let's see. Is it yours for $2? Oh, another phenomenal deal. Congratulations. Congrats. Let's get it tagged. All right. At this point, I cover any additional shipping. So shipping is paid after you have purchased 2 gem jars. I'm covering any additional shipping. Is everyone paying close attention? I don't have any diamond. I have some diamond simulants. In fact, I do have a black CZ, but I do not have any diamonds. Thank you for asking, however. One second, friends. Okay, apologies. Here is my next penny drop. Are we all ready? This is 5+ carats of assorted gemstones. Going to start it at a penny. I have iolite, garnet, peridot, citrine, amethyst, and topaz. Okay, we are over 5 carats. Over 5 carats. Over 5 carats. If you walked away from your device and you're hearing me say I'm going to start 5 carats of gemstones for a penny, it's time to walk back and get in on this. It is a running. So these really fun assortment jars, these are really popular around here. We have a really hard time keeping these in stock. We do everything we can to keep up with this. It is very, very challenging. Bee drum. Bee drum. I'm going to send you extras. It's a beautiful jar, beautiful jar. But I'm going to send you extra stones on top of this. Congratulations. Max bid button, full effect. Yes. Good strategy. Here is this one. You're so welcome. You scored. You came in like a boss on that one, by the way. It's a good way to do that. All right, and we will be sending you extras. I love it. Okay, here is I'll show everyone this. This stone makes me giggle for some reason. 6.61 is the carat weight on this one. 6.61. This is a black cubic zirconia. So lab created. CZ is always lab created. Don't forget that. 6.61. Something about a black heart just strikes me as funny. So with these CZs, you get this really beautiful kind of metallic luster. It's just a really cool stone. $10 the start price on this one. So obviously not a black diamond, but cubic zirconia is of course a diamond simulant meant to give you kind of the same effect as a diamond. And so the black CZ I obviously thought of as we were talking about black diamonds. So let's get this one underway at $10. That is running. So beautiful, beautiful black CZ. Someone came in one time and asked about what our recommendation would be for a gemstone for an ex that forgot their birthday. They picked up a black CZ that day. Excellent. Thank you, Eddie. Appreciate it. All right. I will hang on to this one for now, just in case anyone asks again. Black CZ is what we're looking at there. I'll show one more CZ and then we'll move back to earth-grown stones. This one is a yellow cubic zirconia. It's a square cut. Remember, whenever I'm showing you lab created, the tag's going to say so. I'm going to say so. We want you to always know what you're getting. But if you like beautiful gemstones, a lab stone sure can check that box. Isn't that beautiful? All right, let's get this one started. I'll do 10 on this one as well. How does that sound? All right, underway, $10 on this one. So beautiful yellow CZ. That's a great color there. Canary is how I would describe this stone. Square cut is beautiful as well. So lots of reasons to like a CZ. Affordable, lots of fire, really great material. Okay, let's move back to some earth-grown stones. Let's look at some of the new materials. So we haven't gotten anywhere near through the new stones today. Let's do this next. I want to show you some kunzite. We'll start with this. Let's do this one and let's do this one. Here is, um, here's a range. I'm going to show you both and then I will run them both, but we'll do a little compare contrast. Hey, Blaze, good to see you. How are you, friend? It's a long time. Welcome back. 3.63 is going to be the carat weight of the pear cut on the left. 14.86 is going to be the carat weight of the stone on the right. It's an oval cut. These are both really beautiful stones, obviously going to have very different characteristics at those different carat weights and with different cuts. And I do have stones between these two as well, but I want to show you kind of the range. Let me show you both here. This is the beautiful pear cut. So let me show you this stone. Kunzite is a really cool material. Oh, Blaze, thank you for reporting back. I really appreciate it. I always appreciate when people take the time to give us the feedback. I'm glad you are enjoying those. Makes me happy. Let me know if you're looking for anything specific. I know you keep kind of a list of things you're shopping for. So always glad when I can help. Beautiful kunzite here, cool material, known as an evening gemstone. So kunzite, when we're talking about the saturation on a kunzite, moves the needle quite significantly in terms of price per carat. Because over time, if you expose kunzite to too much heat or light, you can fade the color. And so that is how it got its kind of reputation as an evening gemstone. Really beautiful example. Always feels very vintage to me. I was showing you kind of the thickness of the cut on that one. Really beautiful. This one is going to have a $74 start price. I'm going to get this one going, and then I will show the other, like I said. So 74, beautiful kunzite. First found in North San Diego County. Let's get this one going. Wasn't recognized as a gemstone until about 1990. So relatively new in terms of gemstone status. That one is underway. So beautiful kunzite here. Whenever I show kunzite, I think that it looks like a gemstone that you could have inherited from a great Aunt Ethel. That's just the vibe it gives me. Feels very vintagey. I don't have a great Aunt Ethel, but if I did, she'd have great taste in gemstones. And then let me show you the really big example as well. And by really big, I mean really big. 14.86 as a reminder on this one. This is just a really beautiful example as well. Also, saturation wise, this is a special stone. Check that out. Isn't that pretty? Really beautiful kunzite is what we are looking at here. Look at that stone. All right. Do you get vintage vibes from that one too? That is just the way that one makes me feel when I look at it. Look at how beautiful. All right, love this. Good example too of how you can get away with a big carat weight if the saturation, the color is softer in a stone like this one. You know, you can imagine if there was more intensity to this stone, it becomes a little bit limiting in terms of how you can wear it or how often you can wear it, I guess. $210 the start price on this one. Again, we're looking at nearly 15 carats, 14.86, a beautiful kunzite here. Let's get this one underway. Editing and 210. There we are. Let's get this one running. Beautiful kunzite. Okay. That one is underway now. So like I said, I have cuts and carat weights between those two as well. I just kind of showed you the range, the outer limits of the range on these. Um, I sure do, Blaze. Wait for it. Blaze, have you seen the new certified stones? Oh my gosh. I think we talked about this and I haven't seen you since they arrived back. How beautiful. Okay, let's show you this. And let me grab that tray where I have Paraíba tourmaline. I have several. Let's see. I think I have, remind me what color your preference was. It was more along the blues as opposed to the greens. Do I remember that correctly? I have a couple of really great examples. Okay, more along the blues. Yeah. Okay. So I have, we're going to look at this. We're going to look at this. We are also going to look at, let me show you this one too, because it is kind of blue adjacent. There is some green undertone to this one, but it's a really spectacular example. All three of these are going to be, and let me make all the adjustments so we can actually see them well, are going to be certified. So these are all going to have their AIG certification. So we sent out a lot of the material kind of this caliber to get certified so that everybody had kind of third party verification. I know that we're a little new to everyone here on eBay Live, although we've been in business for years and we've been doing this live online auction thing for about a year and a half. I know that we're still making friends here on eBay Live, and so we sent the stones out so that you have third party verification that this is in fact periba tourmaline, meaning it's tourmaline that contains manganese and copper. And so that is what defines this material as periba. This is from Mozambique. It's 0.66 carats. Beautiful example here. This one, I'm going to show you these magnified because I want you to see the details. Is going to have a $399 start price when I run it. But like I said, let me magnify this so that we can really see the details of this stone. It is like a wonderful little piece of ice. Look at that one. There we go. That's the view I want you to have. So we're looking at Periba tourmaline here. Really pretty. Like I said, has its AIG certification. And so you have just that extra peace of mind. Because again, we're a little new here, but not new to gemstones by any stretch. So that is one option. That is one option. Again, that one is a pear cut. Let me get back to this view and show you the second that I grabbed. This is, I'll just do it here, a 1.31 carat example, also AIG certified. This one has an octagonal cut to it, and there are those dimensions, so it almost reaches 9 millimeters in length. It's a really, really pretty stone. Here is this one. Oh, I love this one. All right. I love that warm color band in there in that inclusion. I think that's a really cool feature. So again, Periba tourmaline is what we're looking at. Oh, Evening Angel. That's so beautiful. It's a kunzite. We can look at that one again in just a second. I love that stone. I was just admiring that stone myself. So this Periba tourmaline, when I run it, will have a start price of $495. Again, we are looking at a certified example. So AIG certification comes with that one. Beautiful stone. And then let me show you this third I grabbed. And this one, like I said, has a little bit more of a green influence. This is one of the most beautiful colors in a Periba tourmaline I've had the pleasure of holding in my own hands. So this one, also AIG certified, Mozambique. It's a Periba tourmaline in a cushion cut. 0.76 is the carat weight. Starts to approach the 7 millimeter dimension, its largest. And it looks like this. Wait for it, wait for it. Whew, that's a really special color. Just so everybody knows what we're looking at here. We are talking about Caribe tourmaline from Mozambique, and it's an absolutely stunning example. Wow is the right reaction to this stone. So this one, priced accordingly, comes in with a start price of just under $1,500, so $1,495. And again, this one also certified. So let me switch the view back. I want to put them on my hands because although you can see detail in this view, it's a little bit hard kind of to evaluate the color as they compare to one another. So let me switch the view back and we'll look at them over here. So again, we have this pear cut that is going to be, oh, I love that. It makes me think of ice every single time. 0.66 carats. I'm going to run this one at $399 in a minute. Sorry about that. And then here is this baguette or emerald cut. One second. This one comes in at 1.31, 1.31. Look how pretty that is. Look at the size compared to the pear cut. Aren't those great colors? And then here is, and again, that one going to start at $399, and I'll run all three. I always, friends, try to run everything I show because I want you to have the option to bid if you fall in love. And then this one, you can see a little bit stronger green undertone to it. Really, really magnificent piece of Periba tourmaline. This one comes in at $1,495. And all of these come with that AIG cert, really special material. Let me run them individually. I'll do them in the same order that I presented them in. So this is that 0.66 carat exam. I'm sorry. This is the 1.31 carat. 1.31 carat. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second here. That is, there we go. This is the 0.66 carat. Yeah, definitely, Blaze. Understand, we have a couple people doing the same thing. Understandably, it's a very special stone. But I will run them just so that, again, I try to do that so that I don't like when I'm in a show and I see something I want and then it never gets run. So I try not to try not to do the same thing. Okay, so $399. Beautiful Paraíba tourmaline. Let's get this one going. Gorgeous, that's for sure. Here is that one underway. So this again, pear cut Paraíba tourmaline 0.66 carats from Mozambique comes with its AIG certification for that extra peace of mind for you. Really, really highly sought after collectible material. That is for sure. It is beautiful. It is special. It is rare. It's only been recognized. It's a fairly new gemstone in terms of being discovered and recognized. And so that's one of the reasons too that it is so sought after is because it's there's some novelty to it. And then here is that example that is the 1.31 carat example, also AIG certified. This one is kind of that baguette or that emerald or octagonal cut. This one has a start price of $495. Let me get this one edited. 495 Paraíba tourmaline. It is now running. There we go. So beautiful. I love the cut on this, by the way. I feel like you have a lot of options. If this was material you were going to wear, as opposed to just enjoying it as a part of a collection, I feel like this cut, there's a lot of potential in. Very, very beautiful example here of this kind of slightly blue-green version. And then I will show you this really special piece. 0.76 again, the carat weight on this one. Just an absolutely really, really spectacular example here. I'll do it here. $1,495 on this Paraíba tourmaline. 1,495. There we go. Okay. If anyone ever has questions about the stones, kind of like these, don't ever hesitate to reach out. I know that it's hard to make a 15-second decision on stones like this. And so feel free. Feel free to reach out if ever that's the case. What were you going to say? Oh, aren't you funny? Patty says I can run it for 60 seconds if you want me. That makes it easier to decide upon. So beautiful. Thank you all for letting me share those. I really, really enjoy those beauties. So if anyone else has requests, just let me know. Let me know. As you can see, when someone asks about a stone, I often have what they're looking for, and I always appreciate the chance to check. Okay, take a look at this one. So Evening Angel, I'm fairly certain this was the stone you were asking about. If not, just let me know. This is a 14.86 carat kunzite. Kunzite, obviously an eye catcher. Check her out. Isn't that a great cut? Love everything about this stone. Really, really beautiful. I know this gets hard eyes from me too. Kunzite's a cool material. Has a lot of cool stories surrounding it. This one has a start price of $210. And like I said, always reminds me of a kind of an estate piece. That's how it feels to me. Fancy. 210, the start price here. I'll get this one going. And then I'll back off actually with the camera some because stones this size almost become a little bit hard to understand when you're this close. So here is that beautiful kunzite. And backing away, there it is. It's a great stone, I will tell you. This is material we really like carrying for a number of reasons. But this batch in particular has saturation that's super special. That's one of the characteristics when you're talking about kunzite that can affect the price per carat quite significantly. This is special. That is special. Let me show you one other actually that's also really impressive. It's less carat weight, so it is a less expensive stone, no less beautiful, by the way. Let me show you this one here. Oh, I grabbed the wrong stone. 1 second. This one here is just a really fun cut. Oh, you know what's funny? Okay, here. I'll tell you in a bit. Here's a 6.14 carat example. 6.14 carat. Octagonal cut. So 11.4, this is also a very significantly sized stone, by the way. There. I know that after seeing the much larger version, 6 carats doesn't seem as big. 6 carats is a big stone. 11.4 millimeters, like I said, the largest dimension on this one. This one also beautiful saturation. I mean, really pretty saturation. This one reminds me of antique mirror, the way you get that super silvery metallic luster out of this stone. Isn't that another great example? And again, much lighter, so you're paying for fewer carats. This one has a $128 start price, so 128 on this one. And as you can see, I feel like it has a lot of the same visual impact. Let me get this one going. Similar visual impact, I should say. Okay, so 128. There we go. Kunzite is what we're looking at. Okay, so this one is underway. Kunzite actually, this mine is very close to where Eddie also discovered gemstones. So it's a really beautiful material and feels very it reminds me of home. So North County, San Diego is where kunzite was first discovered, very close to where we lived. So not while we lived there. That was early 1900, but 1900s. Here's this one tucked away, and let me put this here. Friends, if anyone else has requests, let me know. If you weren't here when I mentioned it, we are into our late summer unique angle ametrine. Oh, I believe we did. I am looking. Yes, I have a couple of ametrine right now. You may not have seen this one actually. It's pretty impressive. Um, but let me look one other place and see if I have any more. So our schedule these days. Yeah, I have these couple right now that you may not have seen. I'll run this smaller one for everyone, just in case you have not seen an ametrine and you are intrigued by what you're looking at. Ametrine is a combination of amethyst and citrine, so you get that dual color stone. This one, an octagonal cut at 8.75, so really lovely material. When you are talking about ametrine, you're looking for a couple of characteristics. Definitely this stone possesses a lot of those. So you look for a 50-50 split, you look for saturation that is similar in terms of both of those colors having similar saturation. You look for that nice clean transition between the two colors. This one has a lot going for it. Really pretty example. 128 the start price on this one. I will get this beautiful ametrine going. Isn't that a cool stone? If you've not seen that before, I always feel like that one's a really fun surprise. So I was saying our new schedule is that each day that we stream, so we stream Wednesday through Sunday is when we do lives. On eBay Live, our schedule, all of those days except for Friday, has our shows starting at noon Pacific, 12 p.m. Pacific. On Fridays, we do a 9 a.m. Pacific show, is what we will be doing for our upcoming schedule. And so if you haven't already bookmarked our shows, probably good to do so as we get into this new schedule. Following us and bookmarking the shows here on eBay Live is the best way to find us. And so just keep that in mind. And you can, of course, always message us. So let me get back to this tray. If anyone else has anything specific they're looking for, just let me know. I'll share this next with everyone. Here's a beautiful moonstone. 3.01 is the carat weight on this beautiful moonstone here. Wait for the white balance. It's a rectangular cut, but it's also a cab. So something about a rectangular cabochon just really speaks to me. It reminds me of a little piece of artwork, kind of like the earth painted a little canvas here. Beautiful. Oh, that's right. If you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube and you haven't made your way over to eBay Live, join us with the link in the post and then you can bid on all of these beautiful gemstones. So we'd love to have you. We are spending time with a lot of friends today. I love it. I love it. Let me get this one underway. I'm going to do $15 on this beauty. Here is this moonstone about to run. There we go. Underway on this one. So again, these rectangular cabs, that's just a pleasing combination of features to me. I really like these. All right. Anyone see what I'm saying about it feeling like a little piece of artwork on canvas? That is what I think when I see a rectangular cabochon, especially in material that feels very earthy like that to me, like that moonstone. Let me share this with everyone next. Speaking of moonstone, I also have orange moonstone. Orange moonstone is going to be a rare variety of moonstone. This piece is 3.42 carats. It also has a really beautiful cat's eye effect. So let me show you this one, 3.42 cat's eye moonstone. Look at how beautiful this is. Isn't that a pretty color? You also see that really strong cat's eye here. There are multiple light sources in this room, and typically when you're trying to tease out a cat's eye, you want there to be a single direct light source. It's just that strong in this stone. So this one is a $23 start price. Again, orange moonstone, a rare variety of moonstone. This batch has beautiful cat's eye. Okay, so we are looking at a $23 start. I'm getting this one underway. That is running. So remember when we were talking about luster earlier, and I was describing things as having metallic luster, kind of reflecting light the same way metal does. This is what you describe as pearlescent luster. So the way this stone reflects light is much like a pearl would. So you get that kind of softened reflected light there that is so beautiful. I think that material is really, really, really lovely. Let me switch gears and show you something totally different. This is a 7.19 carat example of a green topaz. This topaz gets its color through a diffusion process. 7.19, again, the carat weight on this one. Look how beautiful this color is. We get phenomenal feedback on these. People simply love them when they receive them. Look at the intensity of the color. I'm going to go ahead and get this one started. $23 on this one. That is underway. So beautiful, beautiful diffused green topaz is what we're looking at here. Diffusion you can think of as kind of a fancy coating process. That's kind of the real short version of what diffusion is. Beautiful, beautiful way to get some really phenomenal color onto a gemstone. I will tuck this one here and show you what I have next. If anyone has requests, let me know. We will do another half hour or so, give or take. So if you have requests, now's a good time to make them so that I have time to get into the trays. Let me show everyone this one next. It's been cool. Hi, friend. Good to see you. How's everything going? Happy endish of summer. When do you head off to school? My kids go back next week. Here, here's a 5.06 carat example of a citrine, 5.06 carats in a citrine. Look how beautiful this is. Lots of our friends visiting here. 2 weeks. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I bet you have a lot of thoughts and emotions around that. I was going to ask if you were excited, and I bet you are. I was also going to ask if you were nervous, and I bet you are. I would feel the same way. A really beautiful example here of a citrine. You can see lots of sparkle in this. Let's do 28 on this one. Let's do 28. Give me a second here and I'll get this one going. Here is a beautiful citrine. We are killing time. There we go. Underway. Underway at 28 on this citrine. So really beautiful example of the material. Citrine, remember, comes in a range with a range of features. Okay. Oh, that checks out, Spartan. That checks out. I can understand that. That is probably a lot to prepare for. I bet you have a long list. Well, we're all excited for you around here. So congratulations again. Here is my next stone. 4.49 on this one, 4.49. We are looking at a beautiful example of a Swiss blue topaz in an oval cut. So let me show you this one, just under 4.5 carats. So beautiful. I really do love a Swiss blue. They're super eye-catching, obviously. That brightness is really fun. Let's get this one going. Let's do 32 on this one. We'll do 32 on this beautiful Swiss blue. So there it is. You can see the clarity on this white cushion. You can get a better idea of the way that's going to read. There we go. Off of a white cushion, should you make this jewelry. I like to remind people of that. The way stones look on a white background is one thing. Jewelry often doesn't have a white background. So just a reminder. That one's underway at 32. I love a topaz, that's for sure. Like we discussed earlier, good way to spend your gemstone dollar, in my opinion. Really solid choice for a number of different reasons when we're talking about topaz. You have a range in terms of the saturation and the character of the blue in topaz. Of course, you also have other colors available in topaz. We just looked at a diffuse topaz as one option, and remember that one had its color from a coating. This is, yeah, great value for sure, great value. Yeah, and they wear well. There's a lot to like about topaz. 13.81 carats on this example. This is a champagne topaz, so you get beautiful color that is very decidedly not blue when we're talking about champagne topaz. Look at this stone. Isn't that pretty? So we are looking at a very sizable example of a champagne topaz here. This one, the color reminds me very much of what you would be looking at if we were talking about Oregon sunstone. So those beautiful reds, some golden flashes, just a really, really pretty combination of colors. Obviously a very sizable stone. I'll just suggest again that this would make a phenomenal east-west pendant. Look at that in rose gold. Sign me up for that all day long. This beauty, again, very, very significant in terms of carat weight, has a $165 start price. Isn't it pretty? 165. We will get this one going. Here is a beautiful champagne topaz underway. 13.81 carats. Yes, I had to double check that one myself. That's huge. It is simply huge and really beautiful. Really clean example as well. Look at that color. Love, love, love. All right. Champagne topaz. I do also have smaller examples if you like that material, but that's more gemstone than you were looking for. Just let me know. I grabbed that one because it happens to be one of the new stones. So everything you're looking at bottom half of your screen right now, new stone. You did get a sneak peek of just a couple of these yesterday. I wanted to share some of those with our friends on eBay Live first. But there are 20 new stones on the bottom half of your screen. So let me know if you want to see any up close. Not wide but long topaz, blue or green, about 3 to 5 carats. Not sure if you're saying it right. You sure are. I know exactly where you're going. Let me see. Here is um, one option that fits the criteria. I will give you a nice in-depth tour of that one. Let me know if this specifically is the cut you were describing. So this one is a 3.6 carat example of a sky blue topaz, going to be that softer version of blue topaz. Let me show you this one. 3.6. This one has a start price of $15. So $15 on this one. I will get this one underway. And let me know if I interpreted that wrong, and we can look at other options here. But we'll get this one run. So sky blue topaz 15. Here is oval. Okay, oval. So this I will look at some other options in a minute here. Let me run this one just in case anyone fell in love, which would be understandable, by the way. There we go. Really pretty. And then let me grab a tray where I might have, oh, not oval. Okay, not oval. All right, so this one is a marquee cut. So you're going to have those tapers on both ends. If we are talking about, let's see, a pear cut, let me grab an option. Yeah, always sky blue, especially whenever I start a sky blue. I think, well, that is just a lot of look for that price. That is a good way to spend a gemstone dollar. Let's see, this one is a little bit bigger than the carat weight you're asking for. So let me look for some other option. Yeah, it's I have a lot of ovals in terms of topaz. When we're talking about that carat weight range, I'm looking to see what else I might have. This one is a little bigger in carat weight, but I think it's worth looking at. And then let me also show you. I'm also going to show you a pear cut. Um, and then we can kind of talk about how the geometry affects the impression of the carat weight. So let me show you this one. This is a 5.12 carat example, also of a sky blue topaz in this case, pear cut. So whereas that marquee cut is going to have 2 points, two tapered ends, a pear cut is going to have one rounded end and then one point as well. So really, really beautiful. When we're talking about the stones and we're talking about how carat weight relates to kind of the visual impact of a stone, keep in mind that these tapered cuts tend to visually elongate a stone. Your eye kind of continues and stretches out your impression of how big that stone is, but you're not paying for extra carat weight because, of course, the material tapers. And so there's a lot to kind of factor in when we're talking about carat weight and the size of a stone and the visual impact. I'll show you this one again. 5.12 the carat weight on this one. This one has a $20 start price. Okay, rectangle. I'll see what I have in that carat weight range. I'm not sure I have something in that carat weight. I do have some very, very large, very large examples of emerald cuts, but we will look for sure, or rectangular cuts. Yeah, let's get this one going. 19. underway. No, it's not. All right. When will I stop doing that? Okay. Now it is underway. So running on this one, beautiful sky blue topaz again, over 5 carats in this case, in this beautiful haircut here. ODK in on this one. And then I am grabbing what I have. This one is yours. Congratulations. That's a beautiful choice. Beautiful choice on that. Here is this. Let's tag it for you. And then let me grab the smallest rectangular shape that I have. It is going to be larger than the carat weight you're looking for, but this is quite sizable. Okay, these are fun. Yep, it looks like 15-ish carats is the smallest I have right now, at least accessible in these trays. We get new material almost every single day. There's new material in the trays. And so if I don't have it right now, if you're still looking for other options, I realize you just picked up that beautiful pear cut option. And I don't have it today, don't hesitate to ask again because like I said, there's new material in the trays literally every day. 15.16 is the carat weight on this sky blue. So obviously significant in terms of carat weight. This may not be a stone that fits the criteria, but if we're talking about big, really impressive examples, this one is obviously worth visiting. So sky blue in this case, that is a pretty color. Oh, and the luster. Okay, I like everything about this stone. Obviously much larger than you're looking for, but we like to visit all the stones around here. So we are over 15 carats. We are looking at a $59 start price. Yep, talk about value. Let's get this one going. Too wide. Totally understand. Totally understand. Like I said, I only have, in terms of this cut, I can only access today very large examples, but this is material we carry for sure, what you're describing. I just don't have any in my trays right now. Doesn't mean I won't tomorrow, though, so don't hesitate to ask again. This one underway, $59. There's a really interesting kind of grayed down quality to this particular sky blue that is really attractive to me. Isn't that lovely? Really, really pretty. All right. And if anyone else has requests, I always really appreciate the opportunity to check the trays for whatever it is you're looking for. Let me set this one here. I'll show you one other stone. This is different material, but this one may come close in terms of the look you're after. This is the one I am thinking of. This is a 2.14 carat aquamarine. So while we're talking about kind of the softer colors, an aquamarine is going to be a soft blue as well. Different crystal type, different material, different price per carat, all sorts of differences. But in terms of the look, this is a stone that in my mind, is going to come close to kind of what I imagined as you described the stone. So this is a 2.14 carat example, like I said. This is an unheated aquamarine, and so it is a really, really lovely example here. Very silvery in color. Look at how pretty that is. Really beautiful, slight green undertone too, which is something you can get with an unheated aquamarine. There we go. So different material type. Again, this isn't exactly what you were asking about, but it does give me a similar look. $53, the start price on this one. 53. I will get this one underway. Here is this. Um, and then these last couple stones that we've looked at here are as close as I can come to that look right now. But I hope that we'll get to see you again soon and you'll ask about it. There we go, underway. So beautiful aquamarine, unheated in this case, over 2 carats. Aquamarine happens to be the primary March birthstone. Beautiful material, that's for sure. Aquamarine is what we are looking at here. Not a pretty stone. I love. Okay. Thanks for the chance to look. Here we go. Tucking this one away right there. Okay. Let me get you this next tray of material. We'll keep shopping. Again, if anyone has requests, just let me know what you're looking for. Here is this one. Okay. I'm going to show you this next. There's a beautiful example of a honey quartz. So this one comes in at 5.71 carats, 5.71 carats on this honey quartz. Let me show you this one. Isn't that beautiful? So really sparkly, really warm and wonderful. Obviously, honey colored is what you get from a honey quartz. You get that beautiful sparkle here. So there it is on the white cushion. You can see the clarity. Here it is on my hand. So you get a more accurate idea of how that will read if you were going to wear that stone. Really beautiful. This one has a $16 start price. $16. Again, we're looking at honey quartz here. That one is underway. So beautiful option here, honey quartz. Feels like a warm hug. That's what I think when I see a honey quartz. Maybe it's because it reminds me a little bit of Winnie the Pooh. That could be it. Honey, Winnie the Pooh, hugs, all kind of comes together, doesn't it? All right. I'll hang on to this one. Here is this. Okay, friends, I'm going to grab a couple more stones here. We're going to do some penny starts and then we will get ready to wind down. Unless anyone has requests. So again, don't hesitate to let me know if you have something specific you're looking for. We're going to do that. We're going to do this. We're going to do this and we will do this. Okay, here we go. Here are my next couple penny starts. This is going to be the first. We're going to do a pair of cubic zirconia. So these are lab created CZs. 2.86 is the total carat weight on these two round cuts. Let me show you this one. The way the penny drops work is they literally, the auction starts at a single penny. And then you pay whatever the auction closes at and shipping. $3 if it's your first jar, three if it's your second. Shipping maxes out at $6 cost to you. I cover any additional shipping. So that one is underway. We're looking again at two round cut cubic zirconia. We're underway at a single penny. Luckily in on this one. ODK now in the lead. Remember, give that max bid button a try if you've never used it. ODK, great choice, great choice. Let me get this one tagged for you. Beautiful. And at this point, you've picked up two jars, and so I cover any additional shipping. So good way to save dollars on shipping labels so you have them to spend on gemstones is how we think of that one. 2.46 on this one, Light or green amethyst, you might know it as. Look how beautiful this material is. Super, super clean. I will call your attention to that. 0.01, single penny is the starting price on this one. Let's get this underway at a single cent. We are running on that one. So penny drop on a Light or green amethyst here. All right, ODK and on, let's see, in the lead on this one currently. I saw some other names fly by there. Beautiful, great material. RW now in on this one. Thought it was over. ODK is back in. RW. Oh, let's see. RWR. I couldn't see that. There we go. Yours. Congratulations. Beautiful choice. Look how clean that is. Congratulations. Nice pickup on that. Thanks for your purchase. Let's get it tagged. Okay. I also have a pre-night for everyone. I'm also going to start this at a single cent, by the way. So we are looking at 1.25 carats of pre-night in this case, 1.25 carats. This is an oval cut, pretty pretty. Okay, love this color. Let me show you this one over here. There we go. All right. I like to call attention to the glowy nature of a pre-night. This is a beautiful example there. Let's get this one going at a single cent, 0.01 here. All right, saving this one and we're underway. That starts at a penny. There's a lot of blue undertone to this one. Oftentimes I read a really strong yellow green, but like I said, a lot of blue undertone to this. It's a very, very pretty stone. ODK, is this one yours? Going in your parcel as well. Congratulations on that. $4 is a steal on pre-night. Let's tag it for you. Okay, I'm going to grab a couple more stones from the tray here. I will do as penny drops, and then we will wind down. Friends, remember we are doing Friday is the atypical time slot here on eBay Live. We will be doing let's see, we will be doing 12 p.m. Pacific shows Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday here on eBay Live, and then our shows will be a little bit earlier on Fridays. We're doing that morning show at 9 a.m. So those are all Pacific times. Let me know if you have any questions. Bookmark those shows if you haven't already. Let's do this. Let's do this. How about a 3.26 carat white topaz? Take a look at this one. So from Brazil, let me show you what we are working with here. Love this batch of material. Okay, super clean. Are we ready? Let me get this one started for us. 0.01, and that is underway. So remember, if you are watching us on Facebook Live, or you are watching us on YouTube Live, we are glad to have you. Use the link in the post to make your way over to eBay Live so you have the opportunity to bid on some of these beauties. We do live auctions. Congratulations, ODK. Beautiful choice. Here on eBay Live 5 days a week. And so you'll want to be sure you're following us on eBay Live and bookmarking the upcoming shows so that you don't miss anything. That's the easiest way to find us on eBay Live currently. All right, that one is tucked aside. Let me grab one more and then we will wrap. Let me do. Oh, I have a fun idea. Give me a second. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, let's do this. Everyone paying close attention? I hope so. Here is a 5.3 carat, 5.3 carat example of a sky blue topaz in an oval cut. Let me show everybody this stone. Oh, that's a lot of gem. I love it. I love it. We're going to get this one started at a penny. Just a moment here. Okay, friends, good opportunity. Starting at a single cent on this beautiful sky blue topaz. Let me get this one edited. We will get it run. And then I will take the opportunity to say thanks to everyone for spending some of your Friday with us. All right, that one is running. This is always fun. I don't want to distract anyone if you are bidding and no one blames you. This is a great stone. But we're really appreciative of the time you spend with us. Certainly the laughs. I really have a good time doing this. And I hope that I get to see you again tomorrow. Like I said, our show tomorrow is at Eddie, help me out, noon. Exactly. Great choice. Oh my gosh, so pretty. Yes, so noon tomorrow here on eBay Live. That's Pacific time, 12 p.m. Pacific time, here on eBay Live. If not tomorrow, then Sunday, or we start shows again next Wednesday. We do shows Wednesday through Sunday. So until then, I hope you have a really wonderful start to your weekend and that I get to see you again in the near future. Remember, your shipping window is open for another about 5.5 hours. And so make your way over to buy it now. See if there's anything else you want to pick up. And that way it can be bundled with your purchases from the live. And if I'm already covering your shipping, that's a pretty good opportunity. So hopefully get to see you again really soon, friends. Everybody have a great rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye.